Good morning, my dear students. This is the first video of chapter 20, class 5, social studies. So, in this video, we are going to start a new chapter. That is chapter 20. The name of the chapter is Our Rights and Duties. Okay, Our Rights and Duties. So, this chapter is coming from our civics portion. Okay, so we are living in India. Okay, we all know that. So our country or our constitution is providing a lot of rights and duties to all the citizens of our country, isn't it? Yes. So before we are going to learn about what is fundamental rights and duties, we have to learn about what is constitution. So our constitution is providing these rights and duties for all the people of our country. So what is the meaning of constitution? So constitution means it is a supreme law of the land. That means for our country we can say that Indian constitution is the supreme law of our country. Not for India, for every country one constitution is there. So in that constitution lot of rules and regulations are there. Okay, constitution means the basic laws or rules of that particular country. That is known as constitution. So we can see that here Indian constitution is the longest written constitution in the world. Okay, our constitution, Indian constitution is the longest written constitution in the world, and lot of things are included in our constitution. It contains 395 articles and 12 schedules are there, and then we can say a lot of amendments. Okay, lot of amendments are there. So it is the longest written constitution in the world, Indian constitution. So after the independence of our country, we can say that. So after the independence, we can say that one constituent assembly, okay, one constituent assembly of our country was passed this constitution. That is on 26 November 1949. It was passed. Okay, that is ready. Okay, the constitution was ready on that day. But it came into effect on 26 January 1950. So our constitution was passed on 26 November 1949. On Constituent Assembly it was passed, but finally it came into effect on 26 January 1950. So after that we can say that day 26 January, okay, every year we are celebrating our Republic Day to remember the adoption of our constitution. Clear? So in class 4 also you have learned. So in class 4 also you have learned that why we are celebrating Republic Day on every year. So this is the reason. So we are remembering the day of adoption of our constitution. That is why every year we are celebrating 26 January as our Republic Day. Okay, so in this constitution, okay, the constitution providing lot of rights and duties for the people of India. Okay, people of that particular country. So here also, in our country also, there are lot of fundamental rights and duties are there. It is written in our constitution. So today we are going to learn about that fundamental rights and duties. Okay, our constitution and our government is providing lot of fundamental rights and duties to the people of our country. So what are they? Okay, the rights of the people, that is known as fundamental rights. So the duties of the people, that is known as fundamental duties. So first of all we are going to learn about the fundamental rights. Before that, here we will write what is constitution. It is the supreme law of land. Okay. So fundamental rights. There are 6 fundamental rights. Okay, our constitution is providing 6 fundamental rights to the people of our country. So that they are going to learn today. The first one, the first fundamental right is right to equality. What is that? Right to equality. So what is this right to equality? Right to equality means our constitution guarantees equality. That means for all the people of India. That means all are equal in our country. Okay, there is no discrimination on the basis of caste, creed, color and sex, that means male and female, and then we can say that religion or place of the birth. So everyone is equal in our country. That is the meaning of right to equality. So our constitution or government is providing this right to equality to the people of our country. That means they all are equal in our country. There is no discrimination between caste and creed, sex, that means religion or place of our birth. So for the weaker sections also, weaker sections in our country also, our constitution and government is providing some laws or rules for them. That means, for example, we can say that reservation of seats in schools and colleges and in government jobs also. So these kind of special laws are also given for the weaker sections of our country. That means every citizen, all are equal in our country. And then we can say that in the last chapters, chapter 15 and 16 also, we learned that untouchability was there in our country. So nowadays we can say that is a punishable. Okay, punishable by law. Okay, it is, if we will do that kind of things, it will be, we will get some punishment. So that is, untouchability is also not there in our country now. So everywhere, all the citizens of our country are equal. That means our constitution is providing some that kind of a guarantee. Okay, that means equality. Okay, that is right to equality. Coming to the next point, that is next fundamental right is right to freedom. Okay, that's the next one. The second fundamental right is right to freedom. So right to freedom means every people in our country, all the citizens of our country has the freedom to speech. Okay, they can freely speak, and then we can say that they can freely express their thoughts and views. Okay, that is right to freedom. And one more thing is that they can live any place in our country. They can move and settle in any place of our country. That is another kind of freedom. And then we can say that they can practice, they can join, they can, form any kind of associations and organizations. That is why in our country, how many political parties are there? We all know that. Okay, so they can form these kind of associations and organizations. There is no restriction. But some restrictions are always there. Okay, but we can say that our country or our constitution is providing this kind of freedom to all people of our country. Okay, that is right to freedom. And then we can say that, but we cannot say that these freedom, we are getting this kind of freedom, but it does not mean that somebody else's freedom should be affected. Only that thing is there. So that is right to freedom. Right to freedom means that we can talk, we can freely we can talk, okay, and then we can form any organizations, associations, and we can live anywhere in our country. We can settle in anywhere in our country. So that is right to freedom. So under this right to freedom, one more thing is coming, that is right to education. So the Right to Education Act of 2009 entitles to all the children of our country between the age 6 to 14, that is compulsory education. So our government is providing this compulsory education to all the children between the age of 6 to 14. Okay, that is Right to Education Act. And then we can say that for private schools, okay, it is very compulsory that this act, especially this Right to Education Act, entitles that all the private schools, they have to give 25% of the seats, okay, to the students from poor families. That is also there in this act. Okay, so Right to Education Act of 2009, it tells that all the children of our country between the age group of that is 6 to 14, they will get compulsory, okay, education. And then for the private schools, this act tells that, okay, and then 25% of their seats they have to give to the poor children, that means weaker children, to the poor families. They are coming from the poor families or the weaker families. So that is about Right to Education Act and Right to Education. So today we learned about what was Constitution, what is Constitution, okay, and then what all the things included in our Constitution, especially our fundamental rights and duties, and we have learned about fundamental rights, what is fundamental right, and then we are learning about the 6 fundamental rights. And today we learned about right to equality and also right to freedom and right to education. So this right to education will come under the right to freedom. Okay, that fundamental, total 6 fundamental rights are there. So I hope you all understood this topic. So next fundamental rights we will learn in the next video. So students, now I am giving you one homework today, one small homework. Okay, so this is a question, which is the longest written constitution in the world. Okay student, so we will meet in the next video. Thank you.